The career search can bring up all kinds of emotions. We might feel excitement when exploring different career opportunities, frustration when we don't hear anything after submitting an application, or stress when interviewing for a desired role. There are parts of the career search process that might feel overwhelming, but by practicing emotional regulation, we can gain compassion for ourselves and others and set ourselves up for a sustainable, lifelong career journey. Humans are emotional creatures. This is a gift and a challenge. While this can be overwhelming at times, when we accept our innate ability to feel emotions, we can then take charge of how we experience, process, and metabolize them. This is called emotional regulation, and it allows us to regulate our emotions in line with our values, culture, and place in the world. Emotional regulation involves 3 basic steps. Notice your experience. First, notice your experience without judgment. Our emotional life includes thoughts, feelings, images, and sensations. When we're under stress, these emotional responses can become amplified. Noticing without judgment helps create a distance between you and your experience. Here are some examples of non-judgmental noticing statements. I notice my leg is shaking right now. I notice my head feels like it's spinning. Name your experience. Step 2 is naming your experience. This can be challenging when we're overwhelmed or distressed because we may not know exactly what's wrong, but we can combine these first 2 steps and frame our experiences as a hypothesis needing clarification. Here are some examples of non-judgmental naming. I notice my leg is shaking right now. I may be feeling anxious. I notice my head feels like it's spinning. I am not in a good place. Regulate your emotions with compassion. Step 3 is to respond to your emotions with curiosity, compassion, and self-care. Regulating emotions is different from avoiding or shutting down a feeling. An emotional regulation perspective can give us the inner permission to notice, name, and cool our emotions, so we can then decide how to cope in a way that's aligned with our values and our vision of whom we want to be in the world. Here are some examples. I notice my leg is shaking right now. I may be feeling anxious. Let me take a deep breath and do some progressive muscle relaxation so I can tune into what I need right now. I notice my head feels like it's spinning. I am not in a good place. Let me pause and reach out to my safe person to ask for support. Learning how to manage and regulate our emotions is a skill we improve upon throughout our lives. The more we consciously and actively practice this ability, the better we become at it. Committing to working on your emotional health is an act of self-compassion, which in turn helps you to grow, cultivate personal resiliency, and be compassionate to others and to the world around you.